We come to this place for magic, to laugh,
To cry.
And to care.
and most importantly, to argue about movies. We are the Box Office Buds. And on this episode, we have a very exciting movie. Is there a better title of a movie than Weapons? I am so pumped for this movie. I think it's a phenomenal title. Of a movie.
Terrible title for this movie.
Why your titling is very confusing to me. You don't like great movie titles. You love shitty movie titles. It's very
The name of the
confusing to me.
movie is Weapons. It's about a bunch of kids who go missing.
Yes, thank you. Spoiler alert.
Come on.
A classroom of kids go missing.
Terrible title for that premise.
All except for one, leaving a town and a community to ask who or what caused this. Julia Garner, Josh Brolin, directed by Zach Cregger. This movie is going to be awesome. At least I hope it is. Are you guys as pumped as I am for this film?
It's one of my most highly anticipated movies of the year. I thought Barbarian didn't have a lot of buzz when it first came out. It just looked like a great premise. The trailer with like the Airbnb of it was like, oh, this looks like a really fun, contained, small horror movie. And you go into that thing, especially if you don't know much, and it knocked my socks off. It was one of my favorite movies that year. I thought it was fantastic. So I know this movie was, there was a big studio bidding war over the script because apparently it's fantastic. So he's doing his thing, and congrats to him. And Julia Gardner, what a summer for her coming off of Silver Surfer.
Killing it.
So yeah, I think we talked about a movie last episode that didn't really speak to us. This movie is like directly communicating to us.
This movie is a Box Office Buds movie, no doubt.
Right down the
Kellerman,
middle.
you pumped?
I think it looks great. I do. I even despite its terrible title, I think that it looks really scary, and I'm a big fan of the filmmaker. So
First of all, how can you call a movie title terrible if you haven't seen it yet? That's a very Tony take of you. What if the movie you're like by the end, oh my god, weapons?
yeah,
You know,
if the last scene is her dying, and she's like, I guess we were all just weapons after all, then it'll be a great title. I think that's very unlikely. I think a title should tell you what you're getting into before you see the movie, not go, oh, that's what the title meant when you're watching the movie.
I don't know if I agree with any of that, but that's okay. This movie is a very anticipated movie. It's getting some awards buzz even
Already?
early on.
Oh, wow.
This is the year for horror in a very interesting way.
True.
Sinners comes on the scene, notably the best movie of the year. This week we talked about Together and Naked Gun on the first episode of the week. So if you want to get there, listen to that review of Together, another really, really exciting horror movie that just came out.
Really good.
A couple others this year. I mean, I know what you did last summer. I know you love that movie, but
Yeah.
Weapons,
Final Destination.
Final Destination,
Lots of good
Bloodlines
horror
did phenomenal.
movies this
Lots
year.
of good horror movies and lots of good box office return for the horror movies, certainly with the budget that they were in.
Yeah.
Do you see a similar outcome for Weapons in the box office?
I don't know. I don't know about this one. While I think it looks great, I think that it also looks a little more on the artistic side. I think that it looks a little bit more on the drama side. And sometimes those do phenomenally well, the like Where Are the Children dramas. But I don't know, the marketing, even though there's been a lot of really interesting marketing for this movie, I feel like it's getting a lot of buzz in our Los Angeles sphere, but it doesn't seem to me like a movie that would appeal to the average moviegoer.
I tend to agree with you. I mean, I think that The Leftovers was a very prominent series, certainly a cult prominent series,
Yeah.
and this has a similar sort of feeling to that for
Yeah, I can see
me. So there may be people who were excited by something like that, aren't necessarily like a Zach Cregger's fan or like had seen Barbarian, maybe love Julia Garner. Josh Brolin's a huge name, who might latch on to that premise plus those actors and be like, this movie's going to be pretty damn good.
Yeah.
But I tend to agree. I mean, it's a sort of moderate budget, I would imagine. So, they're not looking for this to be like $200 million moneymaker. They're hoping to make, between $80 and $100 million on this movie. And I think it's possible.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to have a similar trajectory in terms of buzz as Long Legs. It feels like kind of in that kind of like prestige-y horror A certain mystery box element to it too that I think people are like not quite sure what it's about. I think the Nick Cage of it all was like its own weird kind of mystery box element to see him play that character.
That's sort of the element I think is missing from this.
But I think
that would
I
make
think
it more.
The log line is super clear and clean, and that's this again. If you listen to last episode, I have not watched any trailers past the original because clearly it sets up this big, clear, defining thesis statement of a question. And I was like, I don't want to see anything. And in fact, I only am kind of slightly aware of like a creepy kid aspect because I've seen a couple photos pop up in my timeline.
Yeah.
I've actually not seen any pictures and purposely have not looked for any more trailers. I watched like 10 seconds of the first trailer and I was like, that's all I need to see.
Yeah.
I know I'm going to love this movie. I'm good.
Do you guys like creepy kid movies?
That's a good question. Like is an interesting word.
I historically don't.
Historically, do not.
Yeah.
I don't either.
Well, I still want to do a top 3 creepy kid horror movies.
Do we have to?
Yeah,
fine,
I think
fine,
we should.
fine.
There's some good ones.
All right, let's do a top 3 creepy kid horror movie list. I mean, does Chucky count?
Nope, that's a toy, not a boy.
That's a toy, not a boy.
He's a boy toy.
He's a boy toy for sure.
There's got to be a better way to say
Okay,
that.
The Ring?
Oh, Samantha.
Samantha?
Sure, that's a good one. That's a great creepy kid.
Yeah, but the Ring feels more like if we're doing just movies and not the kid, that movie feels more indicative to the idea than like the kid itself.
That's a movie that centers around a creepy kid.
I guess that's the girl that falls in the well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's the girl that falls in the well,
Should
and then
be
she's the one
discussed,
doing.
even if it
she's
doesn't
also
go.
the
I
one,
got you.
She's doing the bidding.
I
also.
would say that's I would put
That's gotta
a
be
tough
up there.
one to
The
beat,
fact
I
that
would
you
say.
knew her name, character name,
It's pretty good.
impressive.
Sure. Pretty good.
I historically don't love creepy kid movies. In fact, there are some movies where the creepy kid element has taken me right out of it. I'll give you 2 examples.
Okay.
So this is weird in the top 3 to give you like the ones I
the
don't
ones you
like.
These are the ones I don't like.
I
but
don't
you
even
may
know if I
like
care
them.
that much, but go ahead and say
I
them.
love Wes Craven.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wes Craven's New Nightmare just plunges to the bottom of the ocean with Heather Langkamp's kid in that movie.
Okay, next.
He's screaming.
We
He's
don't
annoying.
go into details.
Okay.
What's the next one?
Babadook.
I love Babadook.
The
Yeah,
creepy
what are you
kid
talking
in the
about?
Babadook is like, give me a break,
it's
man.
good.
I mean, the movie itself is executed well, obviously. I'm just saying the creepy kid element in those particular movies, I'm so turned off by it.
I agree. It's not a genre that I'm like, yes, another creepy kid movie. But that movie's good. Babadook might be on this list.
Well, I can tell you the number one, undoubtedly.
Great, go.
Tell me.
The Shining.
Yes,
Yep.
definitely.
The creepiest kids under the sun.
And it works, obviously. in
Not
that
just
one.
Danny, but also the twins.
The twins for me are
creepy
the,
kids.
The creepy
All
kids
over the
galore.
place.
But that twin sort of like experience now that lives in so
Sure,
many
of
horror
course.
movies started in The Shining.
But
It's
even Danny with
Danny,
his little red
oh my
rum and
gosh.
any
So creepy.
close up of him.
terrifying.
Yeah, he's the goat of creepy kids.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah, The Shining's on this list with a bullet for sure.
Yeah, there are a number of movies in my mind that have to be discussed, and then we can talk about whether or not they go on this list.
Go
right?
ahead, horror man.
We've got the kid from Pet Sematary, the little boy with the scalpel.
Sure.
We've got ooh, you know what here's my favorite. I'll tell you my favorite creepy kid.
Can't wait.
Orphan.
Scary movie.
The Orphan.
Scary.
Really
freaking movie.
freaked me out.
The Orphan's a
man.
terrifying movie.
Yeah.
I cannot watch that movie
Although
to
I
this
guess
day.
maybe he's not a creepy kid.
He's a creepy.
Technically.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert if you haven't seen it. Maybe that shouldn't go on the list. But also,
but
what about
for-
Damien from The Omen?
But
I mean, everybody
yes,
knows
yes.
Damien from The Omen.
Damien from The Omen.
is
But for
tough
all intents and
to-
purposes, back to The Orphan, like, the intention is he is a creepy kid. Like, we have
Creepy.
to go with
It was a
what-
child actor.
Yes,
at
yes,
the very least.
Yes. I still think The Shining. I think The Ring is on this list.
Yeah, I agree. I would put The Ring up on there.
Jonathan Lipnicki and Jerry Maguire.
Not that
Terrifying.
creepy.
The human head
Not really
weighs
that
8 pounds.
creepy.
The human head weighs 8 pounds.
Dogs and cats can smell fear.
Creepy stuff. Okay, so we just need to find the third. The Shining.
How about
Shining, The Ring.
You got to applaud my man Macaulay for this great turn in his
Ooh.
career, going from Kevin McAllister to whatever his character's name was in The Stepson.
The Good Son.
The Good Son.
The Good Son.
The Good Son.
That's a good
I'll
one.
never forget the bridge sequence.
Ooh, The
Scary.
Good Son is creepy.
Definitely
Yeah.
creepy. Not on this list.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Okay.
That was quick.
I think Babadook is on this list.
I
I think
can't.
it's the Babadook.
Look,
I-
I don't
I'm
do
not
the
a big
veto
Babadook
often.
fan
I don't
either.
do the veto often.
I
It's not on the list.
I don't want Babadook on the list because
No.
I'm
All
not
right, we're
that
gonna
big
get
of a
some
fan
anger
of
in
it
these
either.
comments,
I know,
but
I'm
okay.
sorry. What's a better creepy kid?
I like The Omen. I like The Orphan.
The Omen's kind of a classic.
Omen and The Shining, I feel like, are 1 and 2.
Yeah.
I think it's about, we need something a little more recent for 3.
The Ring.
Yeah.
The Ring.
It's
on
name a
this
more
list.
recent creepy kid movie.
It's so iconic.
Well, I hope it's going to be Weapons.
I hope so too. All right. So
Well, Weapons is going to be the absence of children, really. So
there's
there's
one.
a weird
there
top
will be
three we're
one
doing.
child that remains. Remember?
Are
So
they creepy though?
We'll find out.
They look creepy.
The top 3 creepy kid horror movies are The Shining, The Omen, and The Ring.
The.
Let us know if you agree in the comments. I'm sure you don't. But finishing out this little conversation with weapons, Julia Garner quietly is having her own summer of Pedro Pascal. It's kind of wild. Like she's crushing it as a Silver Surfer. She was winning Emmys as Ozark as soon as 2 years ago, and now Weapons is like her big sort of like first step into a box office movie.
Flag on the field. One of the most disappointing movies in the box office this year was the January entry of Wolfman.
Oh yeah, which she was also the star of.
That's
So
right.
we
Okay.
just gotta,
Fair enough. I appreciate
the whole
that.
tail of tape.
I mean, look, 3 movies this year.
Oh
for
yeah,
her.
no, yeah.
I gotta
can't take
say,
away.
And 2 of them are going to be good.
so many actors looking for work, and so many actors this year having multiple movies come out.
Sydney Sweeney has like 4 movies this year. It's crazy.
This is going to be her last year, but
What's
maybe.
happening? Pedro Pascal's had 6 movies come out or something?
Yeah, it's insane. 9.
What do
He's
you
done-
do? Use someone else. Give us more. I don't need to see Chris Pratt voice every cartoon character.
That I agree
And
with.
Pedro Pascal being the handsome
Pedro
love
Pascal
interest and
catches some
everything.
heat in Fantastic Four.
Catches some heat.
I
However,
loved him in Fantastic Four. I got nothing against the actors who are getting all this work. It's just so clear that all the work is going to a small pond of people.
And that sort of mentality of, box office draw kind of doesn't exist anymore. It's not really about the person. It's about the hype and the movie itself. Yes, having
Totally.
Michael B. Jordan in Sinners was very helpful. He was also perfect in the role. But I guarantee you, if someone was equally as good who was a new actor and it had the buzz of what Sinners was getting, I don't think the box office numbers would be that different. That's just my take on it. However, Julia Garner is an exceptional actress.
She's
She's
great.
phenomenal on Ozark, and she's great as a Silver Surfer
I'd
in
also
Fantastic Four.
agree.
And I'm so excited to see what she does in a movie that is supposed to be like high stakes, intense, holding that tension the entire time with sort of that anchor that is Josh Brolin. He's got glasses on in this movie, folks. He's playing that classic.
You've
like-
never
Hey,
Josh
spoiler alert.
Brolin like you've never seen
Yeah,
him
that classic
with
like
glasses.
that classic like I'm gonna figure this out and save the town energy. I'm very, very
Yeah,
excited
he's,
for this
he's
movie.
really taken over for Tommy Lee Jones.
for sure.
Well, worth mentioning too that they're so high on this project that they've given him the keys to the Resident Evil franchise. So
Have they really?
His next movie is a reboot of that entire cinematic world.
That
and
sounds cool.
He claims that it's going to be a lot more close to the source material, which will not be a tough thing to do compared to the other
Yeah,
movies
the
in
other ones
existence.
were
So
not even close. But will Mila Jovovich be involved? Because if not, who cares?
If not, who cares? Good for
Give me
Kelly.
some Alice. Give me a little Alice in
I
there,
agree.
even though
Well,
she's
there'll
not
be
from
a
the
new
video
Alice.
games.
Real quick before we get out of here, worldwide total predictions for weapons.
Oh,
this feels like this might have been a pretty good indie category.
Could be.
I think it's gonna do well. I think Horror Travels. I'll say 150.
150. Whoa.
are you woeing because that's super low or super high? In
I
your
think
opinion?
that's high.
You think that's high?
I think that's high for a movie that I don't like. Again, I know that it is high. It is more of a coastal elite in the business conversation, but like worldwide, and nationwide, I don't know how many people are talking about weapons. The competition is ferocious for the next 2 months or so. I'm going to say 85 million.
Wow. That's even though I also think 150 is super high. I think 85 is a little low. I think 85 is just a little low. I think this movie can do between 90 and 100 million.
I hope you're
So
right.
I'll go 95.
That's
million.
probably a more realistic guess than both of ours.
But I hope you're right, because I bet this movie's, maximum $30 to $40 million budget. And
Yeah, I think it'll be considered successful.
it's supposed to do really well this weekend. Speaking of tracking,
tracking it.
I think it's tracking between 25 and 35 million right now.
That's pretty great.
Look,
Pretty
and
great.
it has the potential to get Oscar buzz. There's who knows what's going to happen.
I think it's currently sitting at 100% on Rotten Tomatoes, and
I
whether or
don't
not you
doubt
think
it.
that affects things, clearly people think it's good.
I don't.
If it's great, it will matter. If it's just good, we'll find out. But I think that is it. Go to the movies this weekend. There are 43 movies to see for any of your tastes. What an exciting time
Fantastic Four is still out there.
to hit the box office. Like, subscribe, do all the things, and we will catch you next week where we may have another schnoz in the mix.
What movie are we talking about next week?
Next week, we will be talking about everyone's most anticipated movie of the year, the Bob Odenkirk-led Nobody 2.
I think it looks good.
Okay, we'll see you then.
Who cares? Nobody.